Fantastical. How's it going, guys? And welcome to this upload for you guys, and welcome to another edition of The Mic Is All Yours here on Wrestling Fan Open Mic Night. I know it's nighttime somewhere in this world, that's why sometimes I'm filming in the day, sometimes I'm shooting in the evening, and sometimes I'm shooting late at night. So I'm just shooting with the breeze. And obviously I wanted to get my good old friend Luke, who I made friends through Stally, through TikTok, and obviously Vicky as well. We became really good friends, just like shooting the breeze, talking about professional wrestling over Discord and so on. And the rest is history. How's it going, Luke?
I'm all good, man. How are you? You doing good?
Still breathing, still job hunting, doing the usual shit. But at the end of the day, when we use wrestling to escape from reality, sometimes it pisses us off, sometimes it doesn't piss us off. End of the day, we're passionate wrestling fans. How's your fandom been anyway? How did you literally get into professional wrestling?
So I began as a fan, I'd say around 2006. I can remember the first pay-per-view I ever got given was Armageddon 2006. I got given it on DVD for my birthday. And ever since then, really, I've just sort of fallen in love with the sport, to be honest. The SmackDown versus Raw games, I'm sure yourself will be very familiar with. That as well helped a lot with it. I used to get home from school pretty much every day, and I'd be hooked on that so much. So, yeah, that'd be me for hours, as well as at weekends. That would be me pretty much. Obviously, my favourite people back then, I used to love like Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, John Cena, the usual people back then. And really, it's just been, it's been full steam ahead really since then. Been able to watch it on TV since I got Sky in 2008, I'd want to say. I mean, I was able to get the pay-per-views all bought in throughout 2007 and early 2008 through Sky Box Office, obviously, but I wasn't able to get the official Sky Sports package until 2008, and then from there, easy watching Raw and SmackDown, every week, fantastic, and it's just been like that ever since.
And then it's been doubtful since it's been on Netflix.
Well, yeah.
That's what I mean. Every time when I speak to Luke, I keep forgetting he's younger than me. When he says, back in 2006, it was on DVD. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I remember VHS. So, that's what I mean. It's like, no matter what generation it is, if you're a fandom of it, you're a fandom of it. If you hate it, you hate it. You love it, you love it. End of the day, I've sat through like nearly 40 years worth. Right, and this is the longest, I would say, the longest gap I've took away from WWE, and that's me being honest. Because fair enough, I used to miss it while I was working like a few times. I used to record it, then watch it back. But the problem is when I was doing when I first started doing YouTube in 2010, my life was wake up, go to work, finish work, get back from work. Watch wrestling, do a video about it, edit it. It's come 10 o'clock in the morning, time to sleep, wake up. This was how I all started, like basically when I first started on YouTube from 2010 onwards. I did this for 5 years straight for 7 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The only technical break I got was when SmackDown was taped on a Tuesday and I had to do it on a Friday. But then I had Impact to watch, I had Ring of Honor to watch, I had New Japan's early days sort of to watch when it came on the internet. It just blew up out of nowhere. But that's what I mean. It's just bloody nuts to think how bad we feel that, as a mutual agreement, how bad WWE's fallen since Sky Sports. It's like when people say about the Attitude Era the best, I always say no. I would say technically Ruthless Aggression was because they focused on wrestling. With the Attitude Era, they focused too much on the storylines, the moments, in quotations, just to get them bloody noticed, And it's annoying to think that when we watch the stuff nowadays, which I've stopped watching completely, that's why I've said the longest I've been away from WWE. And just to see clips enough just fills my appetite. How bad do you think the WWE has gone downhill?
I completely agree with you in that they've, ever since the Netflix era began, it's not been very good at all. I will admit right now that when the Netflix era started, like that first Raw episode in January this year, I was excited and not optimistic to see what they were going to do and what route they were going to go down. And I think now a lot of people can agree 8 months, 8 months or so, 9 months or so later, I think a lot of people can agree it's not what the WWE network, used to be. A lot of people are missing the WWE network because there was so much stuff on there to offer. Documentaries, the 24 documentaries that they gave, even like the little spin-off, what's the example? Ride Along, for example. I used to love watching those. Fantastic. And then, not that I used to watch this, but they put all the episodes of Total Divas, for example, that I can give, Nowadays, they don't even have every episode of Raw or SmackDown loaded onto Netflix from what I can remember, or that I can sort of looking on social media and people complaining about. So it's just, ever since they left the WWE network, it's just been it's been a disaster. I will be honest with you. I don't know what you think about the comparisons between the network and the like the Netflix and how they've currently got pay-per-views and Raws and SmackDowns and old stuff listed, but I just think it's not good at all.
No. That's what I mean. It's like you can put all the old pay-per-views on, but it's not the freaking same. It's like, you put those types of fucking episodes gradually doing what you did with the network, bit by bit. It weren't available straight away, but we loved it. We had it in our price bracket. But I feel like when you've literally gotten downsized from a sports premium provider that's still running rife here in the United Kingdom, from Sky Sports, down to TNT Sports that plugged the hell out of it more than Sky Sports ever did, other than TV adverts and so on like that didn't count to me. The effort they put in for like Money in the Bank, they put a bus out there, driving around. You didn't have that. You did technically have it back in the day. You had posters and all that lot. But obviously, if you don't have licenses in certain places, you can't put posters up. So they made it bright, colourful, and everything. I enjoyed it in 2002, believe it or not, when I went to Clash of the Castle. I'm not on about ticket prices. Do not get me started on that. You've already heard me on that. But the thing is, more or less the product it's gone downhill. It went less on the network, although, yes, they had a boom period. Yes, it was good. You got us all invested in the network. Then you literally decided to take NXT off there. That was the biggest mistake. Because you had people tuning in exclusive. You bigged it up, saying exclusively live on the network. And WWE NXT. I thought, oh, great. One day this will all go in-house. Then all of a sudden, they stopped the network. Pissed a lot of people off. You sign with Netflix. Oh, they could break barriers. They could do it like movies. No, it's got weaker.
That's the one. I think a lot of people can also agree with when I say this. That era around sort of 2017, 2018, those 1 hour NXT shows on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, can't remember what day of the week it was on, was so, I know you only usually got 2 or 3 matches per show along with like a good promo. My God, they were so good back then through that era, 2017, 2018. And then, of course, when they moved it to TV, it became not what it used to be. But, God, there were such good times when they had that on the network.
Yeah, I used to watch that religiously.
Yeah, same.
But the biggest problem is they took it off the network, put it on a Wednesday night to rival Dynamite, and that didn't work out. You made fans choose like you're making fans choose again. You know?
Yeah.
That's the problem where it lies when it comes to me and the WWE. Yes, I've mentioned it numerous times on this very channel. And obviously it's nice to have someone else to talk to instead of just you guys at home. You know, I can't see your reaction until you like the product, subscribe to the product. By the way, 52 of you have actually subscribed. Thank you, by the way. And that's the problem, is that, and I'm glad I've got Luke on to talk to about this. You know, fucking hell, it should be laid down. It's shrink section. To feel like a session and seeing a shrink. That's what I tried to say. Say that all in one breath. But that's what I mean. It's like, we were spoiled for choice. We wanted so badly back to the point where that sort of vibe that we're getting from what we got when it was good and golden, like Ruthless Aggression, tad bits of the Attitude Era, tad bits of the Golden Era, tad bits of what we literally had in our grasp, is what AEW's giving us. That's why they're thriving.
Yeah, it is. And I do see a point in like, well, maybe even the near future now, where WWE is gonna get to a point where you're gonna have to pay for literally everything. Pay for the pay-per-views, pay to watch the pre-show, pay to watch the post-show, pay to watch, you know, they might offer some behind-the-scenes stuff that you have to, you know, that you can watch, but you have to pay for it. I can see genuinely we'll get to that point, because with them it is now just money over everything. And I mean, we've had this conversation numerous times about them taking WrestleMania to Saudi Arabia for all this money, and it is now just a case of are they still in debt, and if so, how? Because they're still got all this money supposedly coming in, but they're still financially in trouble.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like you were saying about the pay-per-view sort of style. I could see them actually doing that again, like a pay-per-view format. They've already conned the United States fans out of their money for $30 last night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I didn't watch it. I saw social media blow up. Talking points of this, like I've literally was saying on a TikTok video that Triple H teased big surprises and so on like that. What was the biggest surprise last night? Oh yeah, Stephanie McMahon being announced for the WWE Hall of Fame for next year in September. Due to budget cuts, I was waiting for a cricket sound effects to come on, but it's cut out the show. I do apologise. That's what I mean. It's just ridiculous, right? Yes, I understand her going in the Hall of Fame to a point. And I'm like, but why? There's put other people in first. You know, is this an excuse to make Stephanie your headliner?
Well, that's the other thing. Is she? Is she the headliner? Did they confirm that she was the headliner?
You know for what it probably will be. Come on, they put Triple H in the first chance he had a fucking chance last year. He was the headliner.
God,
and they announced him first.
I can't wait for that speech. That speech from Stephanie is going to go on and on and on. I mean, Triple H's went on for, what was it, over an hour, I think? I don't watch the Hall of Fame anymore. I just see what people talk about it on socials. But Jesus Christ. I know everyone online was basically saying, oh, it's John Cena. It's going to be John Cena in the Hall of Fame. And then they just went and did this last night. I mean,
why?
God.
Why? And the thing is, right, I was literally, just imagine, right, I've stayed up to watch SmackDown because I was hyped for Mania last year. Then they literally announced the Hall of Fame. Okay, fair enough. Is it going to be straight after? No, 2 hours wait. What? Okay, Hall of Fame's on. Okay, I'm there washing away a few cans of Monster. I'm not allowed to drink Monster, by the way, but I had to. You know, you want me to have a life, doctors? But Literally sat there. By the time I'd done that, I'm going to bed. Turn around. This is me in my old room going, oh, fuck, it's daylight. How's it that time in the fucking morning?
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous that they ran. And also, you've got to feel for the people that, I mean, the people there obviously were willing to do it. But, I mean, one thing I dread to know how much money those people spent for, because there will have been combo tickets for that night, SmackDown and Hall of Fame. And I dread to know how much that they were charging for those combo tickets. And I mean, sure, there were obviously people there that wanted to do it and were willing to do it. But man, I do feel for those people still. They were sat there for what? 5 hours? 4 hours? 5 hours? I mean, I
feel sorry
just
for the fucking
can't
wrestlers
believe
had
they
to
did
wrestle
it.
a match.
Yeah.
And then, oh yeah, we're going to get thrown in the mountain all fresh and sit there going...
Still all those photos going around of half the wrestlers asleep as well. You've got like, was it Jey Uso, Booker T? They're like half asleep as well from last year.
Don't worry, he's going to pop his dick this time. Oh, Stephanie in a dress. Fucking sex pest.
God.
He's trying so hard to be like Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh, God, yeah.
For this generation. This should come a warning with NXT. This may be G-rated, but due to Booker T's actions, we do apologise if you're easily offended.
Can't stand Jerry Lawler, I'll be honest. And this is going to prove this is going to prove my age a little bit. But I wasn't aware of some of the stuff that Jerry Lawler may have done in his younger ages. How that guy has stayed employed with a company is now beyond me. How that guy is still with
Is he
WWE.
employed though? Is he on just a Legends contract? Because he's at Florida Wrestling next year.
I think, that wouldn't surprise me if they haven't come back for like a Legends Battle Royal in Saudi Arabia like they did at, what was it, Mania 17 or something?
No, there's rumours and speculations they want Rock versus Roman as main event.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
Rock's just lost a lot of fucking weight for his next movie role, not the one that's coming out in cinemas in a few days' time. It's not that, it's just like, fucking hell. Right? Everyone criticised him, was like, oh, he must be sick and all this lot. No, he's a fucking movie star. Certain movies, wrestlers lose weight. I mean, movie stars lose weight for certain roles. He's gone to the extreme that he's lost all his muscle mass.
30 pounds, I think it was, that he lost. Something like that. 30 pounds, I think it was, or something like that. He lost for this role. And now they're wanting him to, put all of that back on for this match?
Oh, imagine the fucking workout he'll have to do. More intense than he normally does.
Yeah, exactly.
Can he lift those weights now because he's lost all that weight? That mass. Jeez. Some people worries me. I'm looking forward to his next film that's coming out in a few days. Can't remember the title, the MMA one. I'm really looking forward to that one. And the boxing one, Sweeney, what's her fucking first name? I can't remember her first name. I
think I know the film. Is it The Smashing Machine?
Yeah, The Smashing Machine with Dwayne Johnson. And then the boxing one with Sweeney, what's her name? It's called Krusty. It's another true story.
Oh, Sydney Sweeney.
That's it.
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney.
She changed all her body mass for the role as well. And that looks impressive. I've saw the trailer. I feel like this could literally be up there because just by the trailer alone, it beats the usual stereotypical movies that she's been in just to show off her tits.
Oh, yeah. There have been quite a few films where I've seen Sydney Sweeney cast, and that has happened. Yeah, it will be good to see a film where she's actually a bit more serious. So, yeah, no, I'd have to check the trailer out later. Yeah, no, I'll definitely give it a watch.
I think it's called Krusty.
Christie.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
It's a
I'm
true story.
making
It's
that
based
up.
in the 80s before you were born. Sorry, kid over there. But that's what I mean. It's like certain things. It's like WWE needs to improve. Like I've said this in a video already, and I'll say it again. They need to improve by 2030. Otherwise, they've got no main eventers.
Mm. Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
Seth
that's the other
recently
thing.
admitted he's got not much left in the tank. And I'm thinking, you wonder why? I think he wants to leave before the Saudi Arabia deal kicks in.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
You can
No,
tell by his fucking face. He weren't happy.
found it funny that Roman Reigns has had what three matches this year, and then after every match, he's been attacked to be written off TV. Literally, like the guy is. I'm not going to say he's lazy because obviously, he's got films and stuff to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just think it's like, and I know, as you said, there are people like him, and I mean, AJ Styles is calling it a day soon. I think as of next year or the year after. I'm pretty sure Cody has said he's only got like 3 or 4 years left in him, and then he's most likely going to call it a day. And that's like the majority of, fairly big names that you're going to be saying goodbye to. And then, who's like your next big star that you're really going to be looking at and looking to push. Like, I'm hoping, I am genuinely hoping that they have an idea, but as of right now, how I see it, I think they are struggling.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like when I saw like stuff with like SmackDown. Oh, Cody's had another beatdown. He's had more beatdowns than anyone that I know.
Mm.
That's what annoys me. Oh yeah, that's him. He's retaining his title. Don't worry, he's not going to defend it at Crown Jewel. Yeah, those lovely Crown Jewel belts that he had the ring. I got a feeling he had Liv Morgan's ring on when he got it stuck on his finger.
Oh yeah, last year. Oh god, yeah, those are terrible.
But he doesn't wear it anywhere. That's a proud place ring there. He earned it, his craft. So you got him versus Liv Morgan. Yay. No homecoming for Rhea Ripley. Yay. Because they always do champion versus champion. They already set Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. And I'm like, yeah, it could be a good match, but you're defending the Crown Jewel Championship, not the championship that you are given. And I'm like, okay, what is Crown Jewel?
Yes. Oh god. Like, I understand that they want to. Technically, now thinking about it, you're technically doing what you used to do at Survivor Series. Just a champion versus champion, stuff. And you're just putting it on a different pay-per-view with a different name. Obviously, a pretty different location, but it's pretty much just something that you used to do just a few years ago. And I mean, as you said, will it be a good match? Probably. I mean, if it was me, I would definitely have Seth Rollins win, purely because he's never beaten Cody before. Do I think he'll win? No. But, I mean, as well, I don't know what the hell they're going to be doing with Rhea Ripley now. Like, it's that show is a complete mess currently. But
and the thing is, when we look at the bigger picture of it, isn't that meant to be the last pay-per-view of the year?
They've got War Games, but that's
rumours and speculations that's going to be NXT versus old versus new.
Yeah, again, that's something that they really. That's the thing again. Like, it's another pay-per-view where I feel like they're just really undecided about, and they really don't know what direction they're going in. Like, I saw the clip of NXT, the NXT Homecoming. Sure, it looked. I haven't watched it. I've just seen clips here and there. It looked like a decent show with the matches they put on. But yeah, obviously the main clip coming out of it was the one with Triple H and Shawn Michaels and William Regal coming out. Triple H saying to Shawn Michaels something about what if I came back or something like that. So, but it is just really confusing about, you've got people saying, oh, it will be War Games, or there will be like an elimination match with just Triple H and Shawn Michaels on the outside, or something like that. I don't know what they're doing with it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like at the moment, I miss the days with a set calendar. You had a decent storyline set towards that pay-per-view or weekly product. But like I was mentioning, like the only way you settle this is in War Games. That's why I was thinking, are you teasing new TNA when Shawn Michaels took over versus Triple H when he was in power? Because it seemed that way. It suits it. But are you doing this at Survivor Series, or are you doing this at like an NXT? I'm not saying takeover because they were great, but an NXT pay-per-view before Survivor Series. Then that makes sense. Then there's a lot of speculations, like I'm thinking, like because of the outcry of all of a sudden TNA attacking NXT. Here we go, 2001 all over again.
Oh yeah, because
storyline building up to them but being bought out.
Yeah. Because they had so many people from their roster, from TNA's roster, immediately go on Twitter and defend their company, and saying, oh, so and so can't say that about our brand, or so obviously, as you're right, it will lead to a brand warfare. I mean, obviously they've also got a this title v title match going on as well with Trick Williams and Obafemi, I believe. Yeah, and I mean, that's got like no contest, DQ. That's where I think like the invasion and everyone running in will probably happen during that. But I just don't really it doesn't interest me that much, and it should, but I'll be honest, it doesn't really interest me that much. Maybe it's because the TNA partnership, WWE haven't really done that much with it so far, apart from send AJ Styles to appear on a pay-per-view once.
Yes, that's what I mean. It's like with the partnership, fair enough, it was signed to NXT. It was only NXT, then all of a sudden AJ Styles appears. Don't make any sense. Yeah, fair enough, it makes sense him going back after, so like I say, WWE lives for the moments. We know this. But it's come to my attention when I see this. I just feel like TNA is going to be another feeder company for WWE. Look who was their champions when they first started doing this working relationship. Yeah, TNA's made some benefits of it. Like 10,000 people in an arena, the most they've had in over a decade. You can hype it all you want, but it's still a wrestling show. But it's like, that's what I mean. It's like, okay, you've literally, how to put it, WWE used the people that got viral. Jordan Grace for a body muscle mass. Joe Henry for doing his usual gimmick. Yeah. You've not used, technically, how to put it, other names than the people that made names for themselves. It's a weird situation that we're in. 10 year ago, they were considering WWE the enemy. They can't stand them. They literally had fight in them. Same with AEW, that sort of vibe. But then all of a sudden you start crashing when you've invested so much money to bring Hulk Hogan into the brand.
Yeah,
and then ever since then, right, it's been overshadowed by certain things. Yeah, they've had good matches. Yeah, they've had good wrestlers, but you've lost technically the creme of the crop, creme of the top, or creme of the crop. Someone's going to correct me in the comments, I know. But that's what I mean. You've lost that, but you've made household names again, but then you just gave WWE the benefit of the doubt, making like one of their NXT lot as the champion. You've gave Dana Brooke the women's champion last time I checked.
God.
That's what I mean. It's a mess. That side of the brands and so on. But then when I mentioned about AEW on fire at the moment, all fire and cylinders, and you can't deny it. We cannot deny it. We watched the pay-per-view last night. How did you feel All Out went?
I thought All Out was honestly fantastic from top to bottom, really. Every match I thought delivered, really. Honestly, it was just from go, really, from the very beginning. From Cope and Christian against FTR, all the way to main event with Page and Fletcher. I was half hoping for Fletcher to get a shock win against Page, but with Page coming out on top, haven't really got any issues with that. He's a great wrestler, obviously. So, but the card overall, I thought was great. The ladder match. I mean, we had a discussion during it as well. Some of the spots and moments in that were pretty gruesome at times. And as well, the MJF Mark Briscoe match, especially with the tax and tables, was something else. But what about you? What would you say was?
I feel like the whole night, top to bottom, was fucking amazing. I was blown away. Every time I watch their pay-per-views, you get your money's worth.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like we pay our hard-earned money. Well, matter of speaking, hard-earning for me. Obviously, I'm looking for work, but I mean, thank you, government. But that's what I mean. It's like the duo pack they gave us on Thriller. You spend a certain amount, like for this pay-per-view and Wrestle Dream, you get them as a bundle deal. That's a fantastic offer because it makes an offer that you cannot refuse. And I've always paid for their pay-per-views. I don't illegally stream it or anything. I pay for the pay-per-views. I'm a paying customer. I've been a paying customer since day freaking one. Like, when it's on Triller. You get the added bits that you don't see in picture-in-picture. But when we literally had the pay-per-view last night at a reasonable time, people said, he's chickened out. He's done this. He's done that. I'm like, no, he's done it sensible because he's know full well the UK market, like myself and Luke, are going to be watching it at a reasonable time. Because I worked out when I was talking to Luke last night, if we watched all the way through to the end of the pay-per-view, it'd be 6 a.m.
Yes. Yeah.
And for that to finish at like 1 a.m. is a blessing. At least one thing, they don't have to worry about curfews if certain matches overrun or anything like that. Because the amount of times I've saw when they've had late pay-per-views, some matches have been cut short and were literally left, But they didn't have that problem. People got to work out this. If they go over the curfew, they're fined thousands upon thousands. Not a cheap thing to do. But for them to do at a reasonable time, at 7 in, I managed to get to bed at 4 a.m. still, though, but that was not because I was watching WrestlePalooza. That was just because I couldn't sleep. Because I was still buzzed from the pay-per-view.
Yeah, so honestly, I sort of dropped in and out of, the other side of things just to sort of see what was going on. But honestly, the hype from All Out was real, and genuinely, I am excited to see not just what comes forward on Wednesday, but what they already have got planned for Wrestle Dream in October. 3-4 weeks away, I believe they've got it.
Just had a notification through on the good old web. MVP liked my tweet.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Says at 51, you've still got it.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering why my phone was going off, because I said to my family, "Do not disturb." But that's what I mean. It's like at the moment when I look at AEW, where they're gonna go next? Who's gonna face Hangman Adam Page at Wrestle Dream? Are they been carrying Crossing at some point? Who's gonna return next? Just the balance with the returns, they did it so fucking perfect. You know, like the Jungle Express. Jurassic Express, sorry. I think there's more to it. Even though they've brought him back, because they used the same video package for Killswitch or Luchasaurus, whatever you want to class him as. They did that fucking hospital scene twice. They did it with Jet Perry last night. They did it with Nick Wayne a few weeks ago. Who says AEW does not have stories?
Thank you. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Who says it? I love when people literally bad mouthing. I was literally saying to you last night, waiting for the complaints about the Thumbtag match, waiting for the complaints about where's this, what's that. You're not even watching the fucking product.
Yeah, it's just anyone that complains honestly about these stories. You know, they don't have stories, or you know, why is this happening? For example, either doesn't watch the product or has only started watching it as of very recently, because there will be history between two people that may have had a match, you know, several months ago or even years ago. You know, I can see them down the road doing Adam Page versus Kenny Omega, and of course, someone a most recent viewer might go, "Why is this happening?" Well, maybe you should either know what the Elite is, or go back a couple of years ago and watch their previous match, or even watch their tag match against the Young Bucks. In my opinion, that's one of the best tag matches of all time. But yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like the biggest shock, one of the biggest shockers last night. Chris Statlander finally gets the Women's Championship. That match was so freaking wide open, I didn't know which way it was going to go, but you could tell just by her natural reaction, she probably got told like 5 seconds towards the end of the match. Because the way
I
she
was
like,
very shocked.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
She stunned the fucking world. And
I did not. Yeah.
I'm like, where did that come from? I'm like, it makes sense, but oh my god.
I mean, I did not see Tony Storm losing the title for still quite a while, but I mean, I'm not. I don't mind Statlander winning at all, really. You know, it's a new fact. Well, is that right? Me saying it's a new face as champion. I know she held the TBS title, but I mean, come on, that was quite a while ago. You know, let's be real. So, I mean, but I'm sure she'll have some great matches, you know, going forward. You did say to me last night that you reckon she'll definitely have a match with Willow in the near future, and I do think they are going to go that route, which will be great. I mean, their match at last year's All Out, that street fight was unbelievable. I loved that match so much.
That's what I mean. It's like I was like, with the Willow scenario, and I was thinking to myself, I think the first defense she technically must have, probably at Wrestle Dream, is her versus Tony Storm 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Because that will solidify her as a solid champion, not as the old rematch clause, what wrestling was known for. AEW had never been known for rematches that often. But when it comes to that, that's going to be a fucking amazing match.
Yeah, it will be very good. Very good.
And I love the way they emphasised it on the media scrum. Homegrown talent. Homegrown talent. Winning the... I was like, what the hell? You've actually done... I'm not saying the AEW does everything right, but that's been a longevity storyline. The amount of time she's had a title shot, she's lost it. Oh, when's she going to get a chance? Soon as she literally got that last night, the crowd stood up and says, "You deserve it."
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And that's what you call long-term storytelling.
Storytelling.
Unfucking believable. It's like when you were saying earlier on, I can't pick my match of the night. I really can't.
Yeah, that is another thing, actually. Yeah. Now that I've thought about it, yeah, like it's very, very tricky to think. I mean, going through it now, I really enjoyed the Briscoe MJF match. Really, yeah, that ladder match. I mean, so many. I actually really enjoyed Ricochet, the Ricochet and the Gates of Agony
Yeah.
against I've actually even forgotten who the hell they were against now, but Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah.
Hurt Syndicate. I really enjoyed that, and that also shocked me because I really didn't think Ricochet and Gates of Agony were gonna come out on top in that. But I see now that they're really pushing Ricochet going forward, and maybe they are going to have a thing with this stable as such of a hold all the gold, where the Gates of Agony will eventually become tag champs, and Ricochet will have to see himself with a mid card title eventually. Obviously, not. I'm not saying next month, but further down the road potentially.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, yeah, I may lecture about WrestlePalooza. They have no one below 30. I may contradict myself here, but you look at, like I was saying not that long ago, MVP's 51, and he's putting over young talent.
Yeah.
That's what I get out of the difference out of the product. They know how to use legends correctly. Every time when they've brought in a legend, they brought in Jake the Snake Roberts as a manager. They brought the likes of Arn Anderson as a manager. It's one of those things that I used to love AEW for and still do. To prove that MVP still can go in the ring at 51 after all the surgeries he's actually had, and he stayed in the match longer than you'd expect. If this was another company just to protect him, he'll probably do about a minute or two. He was in there for about 6 minutes. I think 6, 7 minutes. I'm not good at fucking numbers at all. I probably lost count after one. But that's what I mean. It's like everything last night felt so special. Every time when I literally watch a AEW pay-per-view, it feels special. It's like when we first met up at Forbidden Door. People said, "Oh, there's no Japanese wrestlers," even though countless people have explained the reason why. But Forbidden Door is open to another country. That's what subliminal message is as well. It doesn't mean have to be the wrestlers on the card. It proves to me when I look at last night. We've mentioned Kyle Fletcher. We've mentioned numerous of the wrestlers. There's too many names to remember. I should have written this down, but I never written stuff down. But when you've got to think, they have got a revolving door like Ring of Honor used to do. Like, who's going to be next in the title picture? Who's going to be next in a good storyline? Etc, etc, etc. They future-proofed themselves building up Kyle Fletcher before Ospreay got the OK to have time off for surgery. That's why they're written out Kenny Omega, because he's out sore. He's still technically injured. But they're future-proofing themselves every single time when they hit the screen. This is what I like about AEW. Kyle Fletcher, I knew he had it in him, but my God, did he put on a clinic up last night. It's just unbelievable.
At that age as well. At that age, what is he, 26?
Yep. And I'm 43. I struggle to get out of the bed in the morning. Donate me £2 a month for fresh running water and nice bit to eat. No, I'm kidding, guys. Don't worry, I don't need you £2. But that's what I mean. It's like, how many times has AEW brought me to tears over this? And I hate when people chastise the company. It baffles me. And it's weird, though, when you see rumours and speculations that WWE don't like the AEW being talked about, but they use the code word snowman.
Oh, I've read about that the other day. Yeah, how yeah, I just think it's absolutely pathetic. I really do.
That's what I mean. It's some of the roster on WWE watch AEW, as a sign of respect, but WWE don't like them doing it
Mm.
or talked about it. It's a foreign language to them. When you mention AEW to them, I've had inside sources, I'm not mentioning no names, but literally they are frowned upon. Why? Because you can't handle the smoke that AEW's giving you. Fucking hell, I'm 43, I'm saying smoke. Fucking hell. Times have changed. I was born in the 80s, not in the fucking 2000s, thank you. But who do you think is going to be the next title shot going to be?
Oh god. I mean, with see, I would have said MJF, but the thing is, MJF lost last night, which has puzzled me a little bit because, see, I saw. It's tricky because, who else is like up in that upper mid card who they might give a shot at round? I mean, they might give it to someone else in the Don Callis family. They might give it to Takeshita at Wrestle Dream, but
That
then
would be
I
interesting. Taneshka versus fucking Hangman.
yeah, I would love to see that match. I will say Takeshita has become one of my favourite wrestlers over the last year. I watched some of his matches in New Japan this year,
Yeah.
and obviously watched him in throughout AEW. He's become one of my favourite wrestlers. Honestly, he's fantastic in my opinion. I mean, going back just quickly, the triple threat from last night, unbelievable. That I'd say was match of the night in my opinion.
How the hell did they make
Unbelievable.
two Japanese legends, would say,
Mm,
with Nacho Libre and freaking work?
yeah.
I never thought in a million years I would ever see that.
It's just one of those things where a few people there'll be a few people that would think I'm not sure about, and it was phenomenal, unbelievable match. But I would love to see Takeshita and Adam Page for the world title, and then maybe there's like a moment where Okada costs Takeshita the belt, and then that's the setup for Okada v Takeshita for the unified belt at Full Gear, hearsay. But I'm not sure. I mean, what would you say? Who's your ideal opponent for Hangman?
No, to throw him in the deep end because just to give him a benefit of the doubt, Mark Briscoe at the moment.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
Because the momentum he's got, he's beaten Ricochet, he's beaten MJF. I feel like he's the next stepping stone. But the weird thing about it is, I feel like them two have technically got unfinished business. I think he's going to face Hangman Adam Page, probably take the title from him, and then cash in his contract for that title, and MJF steals it from Mark Briscoe.
Oh yeah, I think you've nailed it with that. Yeah, I think you have with that idea. It sounds like something that they'd go with. Can
Well,
see that.
you got to think in those sort of logics because the way I could easily say the way AEW is, because at the moment I feel like they're so unpredictable, it's unreal. It's just I'm just blown away with everything.
Mm. I will say as well. There may be a few people that might think Mark Briscoe as AEW champion. What?
Yeah,
Mark Briscoe winning the world title now, that's, in my opinion, that's more of an underdog story,
yeah,
really. If with him winning a world title, he's been known as a tag wrestler the majority of his career,
yeah.
and him having this has been a breakthrough year for him. really, with all the stuff that he's done so far. To have him now go all the way and win the world title, I genuinely think would be fantastic. And then, yes, the cash in, that would be fantastic. But I do think with Briscoe winning, that's a perfect underdog story to go with.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like when I look at when Jay passed away, I thought it was an internet hoax again. I didn't want to accept that because when I saw that WWE wanted them, but they wanted to change their whole gimmick and everything, including getting dentures in and so on, veneers so they fill in the gaps, and they told him to fuck off. That was the last time I heard about it, and then AEW snapped him up. I thought, oh great, tag team division shaping up. Breaking news: Jay Briscoe died in a car accident. What? How? What? What? No. That's another internet hoax. Took nothing of it. I forget what I was doing on the day. I think I went to do something. Come back. Everyone was literally mortified. He actually died. I think it was a drunk driver smashed into the car and lost his niece as well. And I'm like, what the fuck? One of the best tag teams, underrated, I would say, in the world.
Yeah.
And you lose a vital part of that. That was devastating. You know, it just blows my mind how people want to. That was the time when the internet actually got together, and that's probably one of the times when people do shut up about whatever brand you're supporting. You send your condolences, but show your condolences to support them in wherever they go. You know, I'm not about afterlife wise. I'm on about any wrestler. If you like them for being in when they're in WWE, if they end up going into AEW, like them for being there, not just hating on them because of the sake of hating on them. Life is too short to hate on certain things. Yeah, it's contradiction because I'm hating WWE at the moment. It's not the problem where I lie. I say it's the way you're utilising the wrestlers, how you're misusing the wrestlers. That's why I hate on them. Not because of a certain person in the wrestling organisation has gone back to a company or taken the limelight for certain stuff. No, it may sound that way. I just want success for all wrestlers to be successful. Not to sit in catering waiting for their turn.
Yeah, exactly.
They've took too much on. That's what's put them in debt. To very much rival what AEW's doing. With how much they care about their wrestlers. How much Tony Khan literally pays for all the hotel bills. If they're short on, if their medical insurance doesn't cover it, he pays for it. Stop trying to focus on what AEW's giving the wrestlers. Treat everyone the same, whatever company they're in, right? But the problem is with WWE, they've took too much on. They bought out AAA. Fine, you put Will Slide twice so far this year. Big whoop.
What's it accomplished?
Yeah.
Views.
You've got people butts in seats watching the product. But the problem is where you've made the boringest product, you are putting advertisement after advertisement after advertisement after advertisement, and get this, even more advertisements. You could use that space where you've literally plugging shit to put up maybe a 5-minute match on, just say.
Yeah.
To someone that don't normally get TV time. You know, it's just...
And yet they'll say, "Oh, be grateful for the time that you've been given."
That angers me.
Yeah.
But have you got any other questions while you're here?
Really, my only other question to you would be, well, one thing I have always wanted to ask you actually is, what got you into wrestling?
It's not the actual TV remote when I was 3 fucking hell, was it 3 years or 4 years? Yeah. No, I was... Fucking hell, I'm losing track on my age. I'm getting dementia. Give me my brain cells. Long story short, I lent on the TV remote when I was a little kid. I was watching Fireman Sam at one time. Not your generation, Fireman Sam. My Fireman Sam. My generation. And long story short, I lent on the TV remote, went over to the... I think it was Superstars of Wrestling. Or something. Even though, yes, I watched World of Sport on the old tapes. My granddad used to tape it. He couldn't stand the American stuff, but he loved the British stuff. So I lent on the TV remote, and he went over to a match, Heart Foundation versus the British Bulldogs. I was pretty much wondering what that was, what channel it was on. Keep in mind, we didn't have that much to choose from. And literally, lo and behold, I looked in the TV guide, realised what it was, and I watched it ever since.
Just from that lean on the remote switch?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I literally was watching it like 1 month, 2 month, 3 month. And I was like, I think I'm a fan of this.
Mm.
And ever since, I've watched wrestling. And I'm a 40-year
Hooked
veteran
ever
next
since.
year. Huh?
Hooked ever since, yeah.
What will draw my attention, when you believe it or not, think of the TV quality on an old CRT. Compared to what you get high definition. I was still mesmerised by the colours.
Mm.
I was literally naming the colours. I like the ones in the pink. Oh, I like the ones in the white with the blue, with the red, white and blue. I didn't know who was who at first. And then when I told Brett when I met him, he smiled and literally had a tear roll down his eye. I was the only one that's actually made him cry, I think.
Oh, wow.
You know, because I was like, when they say don't meet your heroes, meet them.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I keep saying this, wrestling's one big happy family. Believe it or not, even though sometimes Luke's opinions piss me off. No, I'm kidding. No, a lot of people piss me off, and it's like when people say to me about my fandom, right? Oh, I shouldn't be talking about certain things. It's like when I had Ollie on my last upload, talking about certain things in the wrestling world about WrestleMania 43 and that lot. Someone said to him, he showed me the captions to it. He literally turned around and says, "I shouldn't be speaking about WrestleMania because I've never been." It doesn't make sense. People can speak their opinions about professional wrestling. If you don't like something, like this person likes the idea of Saudi Arabia having WrestleMania. But I'm not being funny. Your health insurance, what you suffer with, yes, I'm dropping a pipe bomb right here, right now. The health insurance that you be paying will probably sky high more than your house. Just to get in the country. If you're allowed in the country. You know, one slip up could fucking fuck you over. That's why a load of people are annoyed about this. And the rumours and speculations this past fucking week, this is the best one. WrestleMania might sell out next year. Keep in mind, they were already sold out for the 2 nights already in Las Vegas last year, even though there were 2 different numbers. Sell out more because Americans can't go, and other people may not go to Saudi Arabia. Captain fucking obvious, isn't it? It's already going to be a sold out because WWE's going to dub it as a sellout. But it's not. You know, that's what annoys me with the whole. It's not because I've literally campaigned about this. I've literally said I don't want it coming to the UK because of the price you'll charges. But if it ever comes to the UK after 43, think what we talked about already. How much that's cost Saudi Arabia to host it. We need, us in the United Kingdom, right, do love professional wrestling. Like Luke, that's why you're here. That's why you're watching.
Yeah.
They'll need to probably put £500 million, not dollars, pounds, minimum to host the WrestleMania now. Because they'll just look where the money is.
Exactly.
And
and the
wrestling is
people.
not popular as like the World Cup, the Olympics, or anything like that.
Yeah.
But for someone to chastise me about my fandom, I really fucking hate when they turn around and say, I've got no right to say about WrestleMania because I've literally never been to WrestleMania. Thanks to my mate Ollie put him in his place. He needs to shut the fuck up. Pipe bomb over. No, I literally had that rubbed into my face. I'm like, really? Anything else you need to add?
I believe that's everything. I think we should end on that pipe bomb.
Yeah, fair enough. I bet everyone's jaws just drop stone silence when they're watching this. And at the end of the day, I've invested so much money into that company to the point where now I don't want to invest any.
Yeah,
I don't want to
exactly.
buy tickets or anything because they're too expensive. You know what I say to anyone that's watching this? If you've got your kids into wrestling, I feel so sorry for you. Because the debt management you need. To the point where I saw signs that literally pop on social media, turn around and saying, I've sold my house to afford tickets. It may be just a sign, but it may be telling the truth. And the one wise man said, and a few good men with Tom Cruise, Demi Moore, and Jack Nicholson, you can't handle the truth. Well, time to handle it. But until next time, guys, catch you guys later.